Yo, YouTube, what is up? Riott 25 back again with another video with my co-host Michael Funtamania.
What up, Marks? Man, Raw sucked up big dick.
It was yeah, not a good episode of Raw, guys. We're back in with another video. So our takeaway video. It's gonna be 3 takeaways from Monday Night Raw. A tough 3 takeaways to find, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna drudge through this whole thing and see what we can get out of it. Yeah, not too much to write home about on this episode of Raw. A lot of kind of holding place, as you know, there's still a few more weeks until Extreme Rules, the horror show, whatever the fuck that means. You know,
Like,
still a few more weeks.
It's July, bro. It's not even October. If it was October, okay, but it's July.
It's Halloween in July, guys. But before we jump into the video, I want to remind you guys, drop a like on this video and previous videos. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching and not subscribed. Notification bell so you guys aren't missing anything when it drops. Also, follow the social media, Instagram, Twitter. Follow the Twitch for the live streams. Guys, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Our 3 takeaways from Monday Night Raw.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
All right, guys, so we're starting off Monday Night Raw. Started off hot, and it's our first takeaway.
Confusingly hot.
Takeaway number 1, it was a double contract signing. The show started off really weird because there was already a brawl in the ring. I turned it on and I was like, what time is it? Like, did I miss like the first 20 minutes of the show? Because it's just like, I've never seen it start off with this like a brawl. So the brawl is Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bailey, and they're brawling while there's like a
Joe's
there, in the middle holding a microphone. There's a table there, obviously, where the contract signing was going to be. But this whole thing started with a big ass brawl. They broke it up, and then here comes Ziggler, and here comes McIntyre, and then everybody's just sitting down like normal.
Like nothing happened.
And they're doing a double contract signing. It was odd because of the way the show just started like that. But I mean, it was just, I don't know, it's different. Because
I've never seen it, so applaud them for coming up with something new and something we've never seen before. But
and not just a promo to start the show.
Yeah, I mean it was a promo to start the show, but it was a different type of promo where everybody's just kind of like a fracas ensued, and we're just like, what the hell happened? Why is her chair flipped over, and why is Bailey running around the outside? It was just a shit show, a complete shit show to start the show.
Yeah, it really was. But, you know, when it got down to it, you know, Ziggler, McIntyre, I thought they cut good promos on each other. You know, Ziggler still going with the I made you what you are, and all stuff like that. And, you know, McIntyre saying that, you know, Ziggler is just, you know, not up to the challenge or whatever. He allows Ziggler to pick the stipulation for Extreme Rules, the horror show. Because they said that a million times. Extreme Rules, the horror show. Extreme Rules, the horror show.
Gotta sell it. Gotta sell it.
But it's the first time I've ever seen like or I can remember a double contract signing, especially between a men's match and a women's match. So
make that 2 things we never seen to start the show.
Yeah, exactly. A big brawl, like I don't know, just to start the show, and then
double contract signing.
Yeah, double contract signing. So obviously, Asuka signed a contract to go against Sasha Banks at Extreme Rules, the horror show, for the Raw Women's Championship, and Ziggler now gets to choose the stipulation for his WWE Championship match against Ziggler at Extreme Rules, the horror show.
Yeah.
So, you know, I thought they cut, like I said, I thought they cut good promos together. Asuka, obviously, she cuts those promos where she just speaks Japanese. And nobody understands what she is saying, which is cool. I mean, when it's done correctly, it works. When it's not, then it doesn't work. But it was cool. They began to brawl. They got kicked out of the ring, and the babyfaces stood tall in the ring holding their titles, and we would get a mixed tag team match later on at the main event, which would be Sasha and Ziggler versus McIntyre and Asuka.
Which was much better on paper, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but interesting way to start the show. Like we said, never seen it like that, where it's just we thought we tuned in late and it was later than it was.
I was like, is it 8:10? What is going on right now?
It sure did seem that way when it went on.
Oh, my clock's wrong?
Because we just turned it on immediately. There's a brawl there, and then Samoa Joe was like yelling on the microphone, and yeah, it was a lot going on. But kudos to them for not starting it off with a 15-minute generic cookie cutter promo. I hope that maybe this changes things up a bit and they start doing like more. Start the show off with a match. Start the show off with something to get the thing
it'd be
going.
Nice.
You know?
But we'll see. I mean,
yeah.
But like again, like we spend the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of Raw, or sometimes even 45 minutes of Raw. It's basically promo after promo after promo after promo, and then they'll do a match, and then it'll be like another 6 promos before a commercial. It's just a lot of promos, a lot of nothing. Sometimes I wish they would just play like old Raws at this point. That's where I'm getting to a point. Just play me a Raw from 1995.
Yeah.
It's like, I really don't need any more to see what you guys are doing. It's not interesting to me. Sorry. Well, let's go. Keep going.
Yeah, guys, that is takeaway number 1, double contract signing. Guys, next thing on the show, Big Show comes out. He calls out Randy Orton. He gets interrupted by Angel Garza and Andrade.
Because he interrupted them on the promo right after the other promo.
Yeah, so they were cutting a promo. He interrupts them, and he says he's gonna pull rank, and he's got something to deal with. Even though they have a match coming up, he's gonna cut them off and come out first. So he calls out Randy Orton. Andrade, Garza come out. They kind of like push the ring a little bit, like they're gonna attack him. Here comes Ric Flair. Comes out and says that Randy, you know, he'll deal with you when he wants to deal with you, and all that. So then all this just leads to, you know, Garza and Andrade going to attack Big Show. The Viking Raiders come out and save the day. Then the match starts. Garza and Andrade versus the Viking Raiders, which presumably whoever wins this, I mean, if Garza and Andrade win this, then they would get a title shot against Street Profits, you would think. All right, so the match was what it was. Andrade and Garza get the win, and it seems to be more, they were a little, maybe end up being more unified towards the end of it. Not super unified, but at least like.
Well, midway through the match, I mean, Andrade kind of leaves because of something about a tag. Like he wanted a tag and he didn't get a tag, so he ran off. And then Zelina's on the commentary, kind of chases him back, goes to commercial break, and then I guess he fixed everything and he was back on the side there. So I mean, it was okay. I mean, the match was what it was. Now, are they pushing this to be like the next big tag team? We'll see later on in the show.
Yeah, we'll see later on because they do pull double duty on Monday, and their second match is the takeaway. So you see here that they win, and it seems like they're poised to get a title shot. And they're somewhat on a similar page, or maybe Zelina can get them together enough to get them a title shot. So they beat the Viking Raiders here, and you know, we'll see what happens later on in the show with these two guys. Next year in the show, 24/7 Championship. Kira Tozawa, the champion, is R-Truth. This was a disaster. You know, it was what it was. Truth got the win. The Ninjas chased them off. Truth is like the 47-time 24/7 champion, so good for him. His next thing on the show, Seth Rollins came out and cut a promo holding Rey Mysterio's mask, talking about how, you know, what needs to be done, and it's a sacrifice needed for the greater good, of Monday Night Raw. They get interrupted by Dominic and Rey on the screen. The guys, this is takeaway number 2, and it's the Messiah strikes again because he's talking back and forth with Rey and Dominic on the screen, and here comes Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo. Obviously, Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo have been there for a while, fighting kind of for the honor of their friend or their idol, Rey Mysterio. And you know, he Seth Rollins calls Humberto, you know, why does he idolize a coward in Rey Mysterio? And Humberto comes back saying, you're the coward, and that. So it ends up being a tag team match. Aleister Black, Humberto Carrillo versus Buddy Murphy, Seth Rollins. The match is very solid. It's something that, you know, we're going to see eventually when I'm assuming the 6-man tag will happen. You know, this all led to a beatdown in the end where Seth Rollins puts Rey Mysterio's mask on Humberto Carrillo. Looks like he's going to hit him on the steps, you know, with the eye thing.
The eye poke the dude.
But Aleister Black saves the day, but Humberto Carrillo still gets stomped on the steps,
which was probably worse to begin with anyway, because I look like it's way worse anyway.
Yeah.
But the whole time I was watching, I was like, "Where's Austin Theory? Was he one of the guys that got COVID? I mean, what's going on? Where was he? He was nowhere to be seen."
Yeah, it was interesting that he wasn't around.
They didn't bring him up. They didn't say his name. They didn't say he was not here. You know, maybe they just throw a jab in there. Like, hey, where's Austin Theory? But nothing. So interesting. Maybe they kicked him out of the crew, but I don't know. We'll see where it all goes.
Hopefully not, because like I said, I'm assuming the 6-man tag will happen. The team of Mysterio, Black, and Carrillo versus Rollins. You know, the whole crew, Rollins, Murphy, and Theory.
That's kind of like the goal. I mean, that's where this whole thing would look like it was going to. But if Austin Theory got sick, then we don't know. Or, you know, not putting any rumors. Did you hear anything on the
No, I mean, there are some accusations towards him from the recent stuff that's been going on with the other professional wrestlers. There's some accusations being thrown out there. So I don't know if this is a response to that or what. Don't know. I hope not, because I would this match will probably happen at Extreme Rules, the horror show. So, you know, I don't know if that's the issue, then it's going to change. Maybe just be a regular tag match. Maybe they do Rey and Humberto versus Murphy and Rollins.
I guess, but
I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, Matt Riddle's still there. He was prominently on SmackDown last week. Then the show. I guess it's just all Joey Ryan's at the end of the day. Sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see what happens with Austin Theory. But we'll see what happens next week. Maybe Rey shows up again with Dominic. They were on the Skype call again, and you know, Humberto got taken out. Maybe they took out Humberto for a reason here, and it'll be Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio versus you know Murphy and Rollins at Extreme Rules, the horror show. So. be interesting to see what they do with that, like with everything going on. Obviously, Theory maybe in some issues, having some troubles, so he maybe get taken off the show. And I would assume that out of the two, Vince sees Aleister Black as the more prominent star from him and Carrillo, so he would use Aleister Black in the big profile tag match rather than have Carrillo in there with Ray. Yeah,
but I don't know. Carrillo and Ray probably would have been nice too, because both guys can fly around and do some stuff. So that would be interesting too. But we'll see where this all goes. I mean, I'm excited. I'm still excited for it. It's like the only really interesting thing going on right now on Raw.
I think, to be honest with you, this is the best storyline in the company right now.
Maybe like the NXT stuff might be a little better.
But like I think right now, let's just put it in the bubble of Raw and SmackDown. This is by far the best storyline they have going on right now, by far. And I think Rollins is carrying it all the way through. He's doing a tremendous job on the mic and everything.
And even the way it started, like if you remember how it started, it was a day. Becky after got, announced she was pregnant. Lost at was it main? No, lost against Drew. Against Drew. He came out with a gut, all depressed and like on the side of the ring.
I'm sorry, that was Money in the Bank. He lost that. Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely been a natural slow burn. It's been good. It's been going on for a minute, but it's been very well done. I've enjoyed the majority of it. So let's see when that match does eventually happen. Most likely at Extreme Rules, the Horror Show. Next thing on the show, Ruby Riott versus Peyton Royce. Ruby Riott loses, even though she talked shit before the match, saying that she was going to beat, one of the Iconics, and the other one was going to carry her away on her back. It's some bullshit like that. So and I think she's waiting for Liv. I guess they're going to have her and Liv.
I assume so. Yeah, because Lana walked up on her before the match to bring up the fact that she's with Natty. I don't know. This whole thing is kind of convoluted, and nobody's really interested. But
unless Lana, Lana might create like a little stable there of herself with women's.
Well, it'd be pretty interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's like all these girls are kind of just like in the mud right now. Maybe they could just do something together and rise up, and who knows? It could be the next big group or big attraction on WWE. Who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Guys, next thing on the show, this takeaway number 3 of the night, and it is the fact it's Big Show in a handicap match against Garza and Andrade. Garza and Andrade running double duty, like I said before. Now, they won the match against the Raiders. Seem like they're going to get a title shot, and this match just kind of shits all over that because it pretty much almost basically shows that the breakup is probably gonna happen like next week, and they'll end up facing each other at Extreme Rules, the Horror Show, because they're having the match. And I did like Garza, this work they put in here where Big Show was running at him, like kind of overpowered him, but then he ran into the corner and then he did like a really quick low drop kick to Big Show's leg, dropped him. Kudos to Big Show because Big Show was getting up and down very, very quickly in this match.
He looked really, really good. His body's probably had dealt with so many injuries over the last 20 years or 25 years, and he's been gone for a while. He's probably healed up a little bit. We all knew that he got a giant with abs at the age of 40-something, but he looked really good. I could see more Big Show, as we go on here.
Well, obviously the Big Show, Randy's was going to end up happening, and Randy's actually legend kill Big Show. Yeah. It is what it is. Maybe not the guy we all would have hoped for, but it is what it is at this point.
I mean, for a fill-in, and it's like it's Show. He's been gone for a while. We've seen Show a million times, but like I said, he's in much better shape. He's moving a lot better than he's probably ever done. Maybe since he was a young kid in the mid '90s coming up. But no, he looks good. I was impressed.
Yeah. So they get the upper hand. Well, Garza gets the upper hand on Big Show. Andrade tags himself in, says this is his moment. Garza gets pissed off, leaves. Then Zelina's kind of chasing him down. Andrade turns around, gets chokeslam. Big Show gets the win here. And it seems like just the breakup is going to happen like within the next week or so after the fact that they just won. It seems super counterproductive because you have them win, even though it wasn't like the cleanest, like nicest team victory they had against the Viking Raiders, but you had them
still
win.
Won.
And then you think that they would get a title shot and then there'll be more of a tag team, but now you kind of really just shit all over it because it looks like right now the thing is they're going to lose,
And there was this whole promo right before that match where they had not like a promo, but Ric Flair, went to Zelina and Andrade and Garza and was like, "Can I talk to you guys for a second?" Like a sneaky, like Gary's playing the game, we're gonna come up with this big idea to get Big Show, and then that has no payoff because nothing happens. We don't see Rick, we don't see any plan that they came up with to beat Big Show or cause any trouble. It just kind of like just goes up in smoke, and maybe it'll lead somewhere next week, but. Well, it's weird.
We don't know where it's gonna lead, but as of right now, at this moment, the shit sucked. It was pretty bad.
But I didn't like it whatsoever. He's got a puke.
I didn't like it whatsoever. It was terrible. It was counterproductive to the fact that they had them win the match earlier and then talk about that, I could put them in title contention because they won it, and then they just have them kind of really kind of pseudo break up at this point and, in time. Like, I don't know. It sucks.
Everything's just a convoluted mess. I don't know if I said that word right, but it's just everything's just a mess. It's all a mess right now. Everything's just
talent's
throwing stuff up
because of the virus issues. But this is all like kind of I don't know what this was about. This was absolutely terrible.
Like I said, let's just bring back the Attitude Era Raws. Let's start from '97.
Yeah. If anything, they should have just had Randy come out, RKO Big Show, and then Garza and Andrade pick up the win against Big Show, and that's it. Just leave it like that. Like, if you were gonna do this match, that's what you should have done. Is to have Randy come out, drop Big Show, and then Garza and Andrade get the win. Yeah, Cause Show the win. Gives a little bit more to their feud, and then you keep Andrade and Garza looking a little bit strong going into an eventual title match because Street Profits being at the tag team division on Raw sucks ass right now. Especially two teams and nothing else going on.
And you just spent the whole month just killing it more with the stupid Viking Raiders and Street Profits
with that whole
videos
contest thing. Yeah.
So just get rid of the belt at this point.
Yeah. All right, guys. So next thing on the show, Apollo Cruz versus MVP. They had their issues last week. MVP has been trying to recruit Apollo Cruz. Apollo Cruz isn't having it. MVP feels disrespected, so the match happened. MVP gets the win here. And then Lashley comes in and puts the full Nelson on Apollo Cruz. And then, which we saw a little bit earlier in a promo with R-Truth, with the return of Ricochet, who is Richard O'Shea.
Which is one of the funniest things ever.
According to R-Truth and Cedric Alexander, they came out, tried to help and beat up and try to fight out Bobby Lashley. This ended up creating an impromptu match between Bobby Lashley and Ricochet. Obviously, Bobby Lashley gets the win with the full Nelson, kind of clean house type of thing. So, Lashley looks like he's poised to go after Apollo Cruz's United States Championship until they put him back with Drew McIntyre again. So they could be doing like a, winner take all matchup later on with these two guys. And
it was nice to see Cedric and Ricochet back because they were pushing with the tag team for 2 weeks.
Disappeared,
after it's good to see month, so.
Yeah, good to see them back, and hopefully they get back into the title picture or some title contention thing. Because, like you said, the tag team division right now, Raw, is absolutely terrible. They're not showcasing it. There's nothing there to see.
It's just the worst it's been. I can't remember a worse time for tag team wrestling in Raw on WWE. Period.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, guys. Next thing on the show, the main event. A mixed tag, Drew McIntyre, Asuka versus Sasha Banks, Dolph Ziggler. The match was what it was. Yeah, it was fun, I guess. Banks and Ziggler get the win here. Banks pins Asuka. Asuka's been taking a few more losses than she probably should.
Yes.
Probably should have had McIntyre get pinned by Ziggler. I think it would have been more of an impact because he's less likely to beat McIntyre than Sasha is to beat Asuka.
Yeah, and the fact that Sasha won, kind of got the upper hand on her. They were going back and the last minute of the match was them going back and forth with little moves and counters and stuff like that and getting into roll-ups. And to have Sasha outsmart and outskill Asuka, the supposed champion here, not the supposed, but the champion, just makes her look kind of weak. And she's been losing a lot, and she hasn't really been, they had her booked so well. When she first came in, she was undefeated. She was unstoppable. She was a little monster. That was great. Right now, they're weakening her. She's weak going into the match. You already feel that Sasha's going to win the match. Really, she's basically going to win it. That's what everybody feels. That's the feeling going in, and it doesn't make any sense for her not to win. So you should have kept Asuka strong here, and like you said, had either Drew lose, or maybe Asuka wins, or a DQ finish, something like that, or a smash finish.
No, I think Ziggler stealing a win would have been the best thing to do because it would have gave some momentum to Ziggler and not have him just feel as like a filler in a filler pay-per-view. But yeah, let's see what happens when he picks a stipulation. But there's still a couple more weeks left until Extreme Rules the Horror Show, so we'll see how everything plays out going forward. That's pretty much it, guys. Raw wasn't much to talk about here. Not a lot of meat on the bone here. This is kind of they're in a holding pattern going into Extreme Rules of Horror Show, guys. But that's the video for today. Appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, if it doesn't work for you, do not do the job.
Later, Marks.